Good afternoon, all of you. Today we are going to learn distinguishing features of the Jacobian age, and this video is important for BA semester first English literature students. You remember also distinguishing features of Jacobian age. In before videos we learn distinguishing features of Elizabethan age. Now we are going to learn main features of the Jacobean age. The Jacobean age replaced to the period of the reign of the King James VI of Scotland. किंग जेम्स सिक्स स्कॉटलँड याच्यानंतर जॅकोबियन एज आलं who inherited the English crown and became King James I of England 1603 up to 1625 following the death of Queen Elizabeth किंग एलिझाबेथ फर्स्ट नंतर जे झालं आहे ते किंग जेम्स फर्स्टनं राज्य घेतलं. Some historians like to call the last 5 years of the period as a part of another age which they call the Puritan age. After that there is also emerged the Puritan age. In the 17th century, the Puritan demand for church reforms were closely bound to the developing conflict for supremacy between the House of Commons and the England. During this time, the literature became the sophisticated, dark, and conscious of social Puritan. They saw the theatre as a symbol of the bad feature of the past. That is also very important. Okay, so you remember all the background of this. Now we are going to learn distinguishing features of this age, means especially Jacobean age. Under King Elizabeth I and King James I, the social status of literature depend on whether it was an accomplishment or trade. That is a means good, especially social status. Poetry was an expected talent of the court. This poetry reflects the experience of the doubt and hopelessness. It is sometimes difficult because of the richness and originality of its imagery, but it is also very modern in attitude. That is also very important. Ben Jonson was one of the very brave professional writer in this age. You remember the name of the Ben Jonson. That is a very important. Okay. After that, there is also he was an unofficial poet laureate of the year. He wrote the text of many marks, including the marks of the King and Prayer reconciled to virtue. It is a famous text you remember. After that, Walpole, the Silent Woman, and the Alchemist. These are the famous works of Ben Jonson. You also read. There had been many translations of the Bible into English and King James first. Means there's a Bible's translation. Bible had been translated at that time. Published the authorized version of the Bible. The language of the every writer in English has been influenced by the Bible. That is very important. John Donne and George Herbert, the metaphysical poet, both are the metaphysical poets, started writing in this period. They often wrote about the religious themes. Both also means poets or writers are important. John Donne and George Herbert. You remember also name of this. Okay. So they are famous for a religious theme, discussing their personal relation with God. And after that, metaphysical poetry is marked by the use of elaborate figurative language, original conceit, paradox, and philosophic topics. Here also metaphysical poetry is coined or originated, and there are the features of its poetry: original conceit, paradox, philosophic topic. These are the features of it. So you remember these features of Jacobean age. This is very important for exam. Thank you.